So, hello Rajiv. Today Rajiv is there with us. He has recently given his TEF examination and he joined with us in the month of August 2020.
No, July, in fact. July, Suchita.
It was
Yeah.
July. Okay, it was July
Yeah.
2020. And
Right.
we finished in the month of January
January. Yeah.
2021. So, I believe
Almost
Rajiv,
6 months.
yes. So, I believe you had given your examination on 23rd of March.
Yes, I gave my
Yes.
exam on 23rd of March and I received my results around in 3 or 4 weeks. Yes.
In 3 or 4 weeks,
After the exam.
and you got
Yes.
spectacular results. I would really like to
Yeah.
share with all of the viewers what were
Razavu,
your
thanks a lot.
results.
Thanks to you. Huh?
No, it's not thanks to me. We'll discuss later why it's not thanks to me, it's thanks to you. We'll discuss later. So just let me know what were your results in all the 4 sections. So basically, I would like to tell all of you, we have 4 sections which you need to give for your Canadian immigration. That is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So Rajiv, please let us know what were your results.
Like Suchita told you, there are 4 sections: reading comprehension, listening comprehension, written expression, and spoken expression. So for me, in the reading and the listening comprehension, I scored a level of C1, and in the written expression, I surprisingly did very well. I scored a level of C2. In the spoken expression, I got a level of B2, which I'm extremely happy for my 6 to 8 months of preparation. I could have done better, but then I averaged it out in the rest. So I'm really elated with my results. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Rajiv. Now, would like to ask you, how was your journey joining
Hmm.
with us? Also, because there are a lot of teachers available these days.
Of course.
What made you join with us, and how was your journey, basically?
So have you ever seen kids overwhelmed in a candy store? You might have taken your son to a candy store, where there's so much candy and you can't figure out which one to get. So
Yes,
that
of
was
course.
exactly my situation before I found a tutor for French. Because the internet is so vast, there's so many tutors online. So
Especially after COVID, so many.
exactly. So many after COVID, and also when Canada announced the extra bonus points for doing well on your TEF exams. So yeah, so I just give you a brief about me. In May 2020, I got a job offer from one of a leading enterprise in Canada, in Montreal, quite specifically. The criteria was to be fairly fluent in reading, understanding, and speaking French. Of course, they gave me until the end of 2021. However, I wanted to do this ASAP. And I had to do it, like my life depended on it. So I
Yes.
scoured the web for teachers. Then I stumbled upon your YouTube videos, and I really liked them. The way you explain your vocabulary, grammar, the usage of verbs. I could relate to you a lot. Then I went to your website. I saw that you're offering a course for TEF. So I thought to myself, but it's too good to be true. How can one learn an entire language? Because TEF is a really high level exam. We can compare it to levels C1, C2. How can someone learn that in 6 to 8 months, like you promised? So I remember having requested your team so that I can have a private conversation with you on Zoom, so that I can
Yes,
get to
and we
know.
had it on Zoom. Yes. I
And we
remember.
had it on Zoom,
Yes,
and
yes.
I believe that it's best to choose a professor who has the same thought process like you. Look, as Indians, I'm not sure if most of your students are Indians. As Indians or Indian origin, collectively as a group, I think.
We have got students from all over the world, but mostly they are Indians. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we collectively think in the same way because
Yes.
we can speak Hindi, we can speak English. So it's
Absolutely.
always initially better to have a teacher of the same thought process. So
Absolutely.
as a beginner, an Indian wanting to learn French, it is better to go with an Indian teacher. I believe so. That's my personal opinion. He or
Yeah.
she knows the way we think, the collective mistakes we make.
Yes.
Okay. Now coming to you, Suchita, as I said, your style of teaching on YouTube definitely struck a chord. And of course, before I enrolled, you graciously agreed to meet me on Zoom, and I told myself, yeah, this professor is very transparent, because I remember you clearly informing me, Rajiv, you're joining my class, but please note, you have to work hard yourself.
Yes.
I can do a crash course, like every crash course, I can put you up there, but you need to learn how to fly yourself.
Yes.
I said, she's very transparent. I have to give it a try.
I'm
So
getting
yeah, that's how
goosebumps,
I went about it.
literally. Yeah. Thank you so much. So this was
Welcome.
an
Anytime.
honest answer, and we wanted an honest answer from you.
No, of course, being
Yeah.
transparent as a professor is very important, because everyone
Yes.
is so overwhelmed with knowing the fact that, wow, can I do it in 6 months? Can I do it in 8 months? The
Yes.
answer is yes, you can.
And it
However, you
sounds very
can't leave
lucrative.
everything. No. You can't leave everything to a professor like any crash course, Suchita. We've all taken as Indians crash course. I've taken crash course for my 10th standard. You can't just rely on the professor teaching you everything. You have to work hard. I mean, you have to follow what your professor says and you have to work hard. So that's all about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the second question I would like to ask is, what was my strategy of teaching? Like there are 4 sections: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Do I take care of all the 4 sections? And specifically, people are more concerned regarding listening and speaking.
Now, coming to your strategy, I'm sure you know it very well. Like as I mentioned, we all take intensive courses in our life. I remember that before the class, you shared with us your entire dossier of basic French videos and pronunciations.
Yes.
That had basic vocabulary, grammar, the verbs and basic tenses. The liaisons rule et tout ça.
Yes.
And you recommended that we see, or at least go through the videos before we commence the session, so we have an idea of where we are beginning French. And I remember for each session, you would inform us by WhatsApp what is exactly going to be covered in the next section, Suchita. So we'd have a head start and we could probably start a bit of a revision of that particular, or watch that particular video. So we come prepared in the class. So we not only save our time, also the time of others, because we are quite prepared, but we would leave the more complicated things to you, right? And I remember clearly we would get a lot of homework. Used to flood us with homework. But I thank you for that, because at least that would keep us in that particular flow of studying on a daily basis. And I remember you, so also if you had any issues, you would cover it in the next class. And if I, oh my God, do you remember the dialogues used to give us every session to practice and to do the dialogues? I remember the first dialogue. I think the first dialogue was the one where we need to go to the supermarket and order something.
Yes.
And remember, we sounded like such fools back then.
Yes, but doesn't matter. And now,
I remember we sounded like such fools back then, but then we started improving over the time, because you would listen to all our dialogues and conversations, and used to share your screen and make these mistakes.
Yeah. And
Rajiv, and correct our mistakes. Yeah.
These days we have launched something new which wasn't there in your batch. So your batch was like thrice a week, 2 hours each. Now these days we have also included 1 more hour. That's on Wednesdays, and that is especially for conversational classes. That wasn't there with you, but later on we realized that this can also be something which can help others. So this is something. So instead of 6 hours, we have kept it 7 hours now.
That's amazing, because expression orale, c'est très important. I believe that's the most important part, because we come, as I used to mention to you during our sessions, I can erase whatever I write. I can change my answer in listening, but when I speak to an interviewer, I cannot change what I've said. He knows if I'm stumbling somewhere. So conversations, I believe, is the most important part for a non-native speaker.
Because it is more spontaneous. The answer has to come spontaneously. You do not have.
It has to come spontaneous. You don't have time to think. You cannot change your formation of your sentences, or you can't go from passé composé to imparfait immediately. You need to know exactly what you're talking. For that, you need to be prepared a bit before, like basic answers. You need to have your expressions at the tip of your finger. Expressions are very important.
Yeah, absolutely. So now the third question is, what was your level before you joined with us?
Oh my God. So my level before I joined Suchita, I'm from a CBSE school. So back in the days, in 98 and 99, I chose French as a second language.
You had it in your school in those days? Because I had.
Yeah. Did you do it from a CBSE? Yeah, you're in Delhi, so
I did from CBSE school, but it wasn't there in my school.
So it was only Hindi as your second language?
Hindi, and we had Sanskrit.
Okay, so we could drop Hindi, and we could take in 98 and 99, we could drop Hindi and take French as a second language. So I chose French as my second language. Like all students, the reason for choosing French was just to score well in the 10th board exam. It was very difficult to score in Hindi.
Yes.
So honestly, I studied French. Wow. 22 years back. Yeah. Wow. It's 2021. So 22 years back. And just for the purpose of scoring marks. So I believe I knew the basic things in French. For example, I knew the verb être, I knew the verb avoir, I knew un peu the vocabulary, un peu the grammar. I knew a bit of vocabulary, a bit of grammar, but I think that was it. That was just the basic things. I started learning with your videos. And then, after I learned from your videos, then I said, okay, now it's time to start taking the classes, because I know the basics. So the basics were learned from your videos. And then I went ahead with your classes.
Okay. Because, most of the people who join with us have this thing in their mind that I am a beginner. I do not know anything. So
No,
will I
it's
be
wrong.
able to?
I would like to clarify one thing, Suchita. I'm also learning Arabic. I mean, I'm at a level of learning Arabic, and I know that French as a subject is, because it's such an international, spoken by so many people in the world. It's the pedagogy is very well defined. Your verbs are extremely well defined. I know it's a bit complicated for a native English speaker, but in terms of material, there is so much you can learn very well. So anyone can do it. I believe so.
Yeah. And these days, what we have done is we usually ask people to join with us at least 1 month in advance.
I
So that
believe
we
so.
give
Yes.
them all the material, like I gave it to you, all the beginners course, everything we give it to them. And by the time we begin, we ask them to do at least the beginners course and the phonetics course, so that when they begin, they are no more a beginner with us.
Right, right. That's very important,
Yeah.
because the basic French is easy to learn, the vocabulary. It's just the grammar that needs to be given a lot of attention. I
Yeah.
believe so.
So do you think that it can be done in 5 to 6 months? What I
I
am
believe I believe 5 to 6 months of a class plus another 1 or 2 months of self-study and practicing an extremely advanced level of French. It's definitely possible. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I have quite a busy lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, I'm working 8 hours a day. So if I could manage it during that, you just need to be a bit hardworking. You need to be a bit scheduled. You need to time your learning very well. It's very easy to make excuses that, oh, I want to give up, I don't want to do it. But if you really want to do it and you've taken it up, you should execute it, and it's not difficult at all.
Absolutely.
What
And
do you
that's
think?
what we say to our students, that you have to devote 3 to 4 hours daily on your self-study. If you cannot, then there is no point joining a fast track course.
I believe so
You
too.
should
Yes.
join a normal paced course.
Right.
Yeah. Now, the next question we students have for you is, how did you manage your work and studies along with the TEF preparation?
Oh,
Because
mon
I give a
Dieu.
lot of homework.
C'était très difficile. It was very difficult, but I handled it well. I remember the sessions were on Thursday evenings,
Yes.
6:30 to 8:30, I think local time. That would be 8 to 10 India time, if I'm
8
not
to
believing.
10. Yes, yes, yes.
And as you know, in Dubai, if everyone watching don't know, I stay in Dubai. Yeah, in Dubai, Thursday happens to be the last day of the week here. So normally, last day of the week during this thing, you go out with your family and all that. So actually, during the last 30 minutes of the class, I was basically listening to the session and preparing to leave. Either for dinner or an outing with family. And it's very important at this point in time when you're learning to have a cooperative family, because you're devoting a lot of time in doing something. Yeah, and your family has to be really cooperative. Luckily, my wife was really cooperative because she knew the reason we are doing this. Yeah.
Yes.
So she knew my passion to learn the language, so she completely understood. The next session was on Saturday's afternoon, which was okay. It's a holiday over here.
Yes.
And the last session was on Sunday. Sunday happens to be the first day of the week over here.
Yes.
I had clearly informed my company that I'd take a 2-hour lunch break. Okay, because the session was, I think, from 12 to 1 or 1 to 2. I can't remember over here. So I would
11 to 1, I suppose. Or maybe
it was 11 to 1. Yeah, something like that, 11:30 to 1:30. So I'd take a 2-hour lunch break and I would work an additional hour afterwards. Yeah. Okay. So it was, my life was at that point in time revolving around the language. So I would wake up every day at 5:30 in the morning. I would study for 2 hours, 5:30 to 7:30. 7:30 I would probably leave for a jog or do some exercises. I would come back home. But when I came back home in the evening, that time was fixed for my family. You have to schedule your life that way. Yeah, you don't want anything to overtake your life. So I believe 2 hours to 3 hours is very important, and the rest of the time you can hear it. You can hear French news, or you can hear an ebook when you're driving the car. So yeah, I believe 2.5 to 3 hours is okay. 2 to 3 hours, I would believe.
How many hours did you devote to your French study basically in a week?
Say 14 to 15 hours a week, Suchita.
Along with my classes or apart from?
Apart from your classes. So add your classes 6 hours, so 20 hours. So what I would do, other than the time of not studying, I would purposely try to make conversation with Moroccan or French colleagues. Even if I sounded funny, I didn't care. I would still talk to them because I know they would correct my mistake because they're native French speakers, right? I have a lot of Moroccan French colleagues, but however, they're not very close to me. So I would, there's some of them are my seniors and all that. So it's very strange to make a conversation with them, but I would still nevertheless do it. Yeah, I would listen to an ebook while going to work. Yeah, so yeah, I believe. Yeah,
you say that you have a lot of French Moroccan friends and all these, but
no, not
what
friends,
about the
colleagues?
Colleagues. Okay, I'm sorry, colleagues. Yeah. So what about a person who doesn't have? how does a person should improve on his or her listening skills or speaking skills? Speaking skills. Let's talk about speaking skills first.
It would sound funny, but talk to yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Talk to yourself.
Yes, that's what I used to do.
Under the exactly, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
same.
I used to, whenever I used to take a bath, anything, any household chores I'm doing, I used to, think in my head in French. Do I know this thing in French? Do I know this thing in French?
Exactly.
All these
That's
things.
perfect. I would give one advice is convert your phone language to French.
I
That's
also do that.
super. You do that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've converted my phone language to French, but at least I'm reading the days of the month. I'm also navigating in French. So it's so easy that if you have an exercise to give someone directions,
Absolutely.
it's extremely easy because you're navigating in French.
You're right.
Yeah. Also, the vocabulary you learn by looking at your phone, because you look at your phone probably more than you look at yourself in the mirror, nowadays.
Absolutely.
So turn your computer language to French. In that way, you'll actually push yourself to learn French.
Yes. Sometimes it sounds very, very annoying also. I'm not able to, figure out this thing in my phone, figure out this thing, but then you're forced to learn that. Because,
exactly.
Yeah.
When a person is speaking, it's very important to speak with pronouns. For example, if someone asks you, do you have any sisters? You say, yeah, I have two of them. So you would say, j'en ai deux. I have two of them, or or you're using the pronoun e. So I believe when I use pronouns and talk to myself, I'm impressed. So the opposite person will definitely be impressed because it shows an elevated level of French when you talk with pronouns, isn't it?
Yeah. Any tips to improve listening part? Yeah.
For listening skills, I would highly recommend to master your vocabulary. It's very important. The reason why you need to master your vocabulary is in the listening exercise. There are so many times you hear the audio only one time. Yes. So you have to understand what's going on. You simply need to get the meanings of few words that are being spoken. Yes. And because you have multiple choices in front of you, so few words. Do you remember we were doing one exercise at the end when you were taking us through the TEF question papers? You were doing an exercise about identifying the particular lamp that the seller is talking about. Yes, right? Yes. Abajur. The vendor, abajur. So there was something like abajur or you petit cloche retourne, like a bell that is like a bell that is overturned. So these small words if you can really get what they're talking about, because you have half of the answer in front of you. Yes, you have the multiple choices. You just need to decipher what exactly is going on. And one more thing, practice your numerals really well. There's so many people, when they hear 99 is called 99, they stop studying French. Yes. Absolutely. So yes. you need to know your numerals extremely well, because most of the time an exercise comes with the time or some or the other number to identify which is this number, or what time is a train leaving, or what time is a flight reaching. So it's extremely important to know your numerals. And also, it happens that, by the time you figure out what number it was, the recording, it goes away. Exactly. Yeah. You're lucky in some exercises you can hear it 2 times, but in some exercises it's only once. At the end of the day, you're confused. What am I going to do? And you start. Thank God TEF doesn't have negative markings anymore. Yes. Thank God for that. Yeah. And some other tips, which is, I would say, you can start watching some shows like Peppa Pig in French. Yes, which I usually recommend. Yeah. When you advance the level, you can start watching some French shows on Netflix, like il y a une émission qui s'appelle Lupin. Lupin, yes. Oui. Vous connaissez Lupin? Oui. Lupin, yeah. So you can activate the subtitles, and then later on, when you're at an advanced level, you can stop. I used to listen to a lot of French news, actuality, when I was driving the car. And French news has perfect refined French words, like you would talk formal French words. So I would highly recommend that also. To watch French news. Don't you think it doesn't sound annoying? You are listening to something which you're not able to comprehend. Yeah, so you're right. At the beginner level, I wouldn't recommend it. But once you advance to, say, an intermediate level, maybe a level A2 or B1, you can start listening to the news. Yeah. Maybe you can do it on the slow, like you can go slower, like instead of 1x, you can make it 0.5x to make it slower, the audio. Yeah, you were saying something. Sorry, I cut you off. No. So basically, I was saying the one that you recommended, Peppa Pig, which I always recommend to my students in français, in French, and also I recommend them to read in français facile. I don't know whether I did it to your batch or not, but there are short novels which are translated into very easy French. La Petit Prince.
Le tout
Le Comte de Monte Cristo,
voilà, Le Comte de Monte Cristo, all these things.
Le Nuit des Temps,
Oui.
Le Tanger.
Oui.
Oui.
So all
Il y
these
en a beaucoup. Il y en a beaucoup, oui.
il y en a
There are
beaucoup
many.
because you need to widen your vocabulary.
I agree completely.
Yes. So another
And
question.
also
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a note whenever you're learning something new. There's so many ways to make a note. Like I'll just show you, I used to maintain this one particular book where this was my book, where I used to write every new thing I used to learn. You know, each and every new thing used to go in this. Say I couldn't write it during the class, so I used to save it in a notepad. At the end of the week, I used to write everything new that I learned. You know, I think that's also a very important way to learn vocabulary.
Yes, and to revise it.
To revise it, correct.
Yes. So another thing is for vocabulary only. What tips can you give for building vocabulary? Although we share a lot of Instagram posts for, are you there a part of our Instagram family? Because we keep
bien sûr.
Yeah. So we keep
Of course, I wouldn't miss your posts for the world. I also comment on a few of them whenever I get time. Lately, I've been keeping really busy, but I comment a lot on them.
Yeah.
But I really like your posts, you know, because at the end of the day, you know where we are making mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, so the posts are extremely are fit to exactly know a person making mistake. Like j'ai 12 ans or je suis 12 ans. Some people still translate in English. I am, you know. So kind of like that. For vocabulary, you had given us one book. I think it was Vocabulary on Dialogue.
Yes.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, this is a book. I think you had given this to us. Do you remember?
Yes.
I highly recommend this book for basic and a bit of intermediate vocabulary, because this book explains you the vocabulary that you would require in a form of dialogue. And all of us love a story, yeah, like in a form of a small story. You're learning by reading a dialogue, you're learning a vocabulary. So I would highly recommend this book, yeah, Vocabulary.
And this is for beginners, and this book also has for intermediate students and for the advanced students.
Yes, exactly. So I've downloaded the one for intermediate level also. I really believe it's amazing, yeah. To practice verbs, which they know verbs, there's so many irregular verbs, and of course most of them are regular verbs. But for the main verbs that are irregular, I made this small book in which you can see I had all the tenses with me there. The present tense, the présent, the passé composé, the imparfait, and I actually filled all pages with different verbs. You can see I actually practiced my verbs. Je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, elle. You know, I actually practiced all of them. This is how I practiced my verbs.
Okay.
I actually sat and wrote about about 400 verbs in this. I would have probably repeated many of them. But you know, in the subjunctive, the imperative, the subjunctive présent, futur, antérieur, all these verbs I used to sit and write whenever I used to get the time. Every morning, 4 or 5 verbs I used to take and write. You know, so this is another way you can improve, because writing is something, once you do it, it goes into your head.
Yes.
You need to write.
It's good. All right. Okay. What all resources did you use for your TEF examination? What all websites, any website which you would recommend? I remember what was Quizzic.
Il y en avait beaucoup. Sorry, you were saying something, huh?
No, one was Quizzic. No, I told you about Quizzic.
One was Quizzic, but you know, I'm less, and the other one is Buzu. It's an app, BUSW.
Yes,
but I'm less. Yeah, I'm less of a website person, Suchita. I like more of a paper pen. Call me old. J'ai 38 ans maintenant. I'm 38 years, so call me old or from an old.
Even
I really like.
Same case with me. I am a pen paper based person. I believe that more I write, more things get fit into my memory.
Exactly, because there's no auto spell correct and things like that.
Absolutely.
So I really loved. You used to teach us from these books, right?
Yes.
Saison 3. All these books is there. So I really like, you know, the problem with learning French is there's too much of material. And the more you have, the more confused you get. So I would highly recommend, if you're learning from a particular book, don't digress. Just use that book. So I learned a lot from these books. And the best part is I learned a lot of French culture as well. Yeah. And that helped me a lot during oral.
Okay.
It helped me tremendously during oral, because you need to be a bit conversant with French culture.
Yes.
You know, for example, they spoke in our interview in TEF. They spoke about a fête des voisins. Remember, we learned about so that was something that came up during our conversation with the examiner. So you know, it's something you need to know, because the examiner is a native French. You know, and if you tend to stock in his culture, they love it.
Yes. All right. So that means in terms of resources, you would say that books are something which is good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. And I believe whatever you gave in class, I think, okay, for grammar, I think I have for grammar, you've given us this the one book over here,
450
which
exercises. You've
yeah,
kept them so nicely. You've downloaded them. You've printed them.
I have to know because I have to continue. French is a continuous process of learning. I'm
Yes.
not going to give them away.
Yeah. So you practice from 450 exercises, which I recommend.
I finished the entire book.
You finished.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was
It
enriching.
was super. I would highly recommend you recommend it to your students. I would recommend one more book. You didn't recommend this to us. Les verbes et
Now I
lire,
recommend it. Now I
les verbes
recommend
et
it.
lire preposition. It's very important because we
Yes.
really need to know what prepositions follows a verb.
Yes.
So that's one of the confusing parts. I would recommend this book as well.
I did not recommend this book in your batch, but now the students who will be watching this, they will know that they already have this book.
Super.
I have got the PDF of this in case you want.
Super.
Yeah. So thank you so much for all the resources. Another thing, what was your study plan? Your basically revision plan before 5 days of your exam.
Before 5 days?
Yeah, 5 days
before. Before 5 days, Suchita, I took a break. I went for a staycation with my family to help me relax because I had worked so really hard, and that's been my strategy before any exam. You need to enter an exam relaxed and calm. But if you talk about 2 weeks before, my Achilles heel, my point faible had always been expression oral. Always been the oral expression.
Okay.
I was really so as you know, I'm not a native speaker, so I practice extensively on my verbal and oral. So I had made a note of all the expressions that I had learned. Because I knew while speaking with a native speaker, you need to throw expressions out there. There's so many expressions that you can speak in a formal setup. I went through them. I went through last minute vocabulary that I would always forget. There are some words that you just cannot remember.
Yes.
So I would go for the last minute vocabulary I studied. So that was my plan. 2 weeks before, I would just practice speaking.
All in all, how much time it took for you to prepare for the exam? All in all, total.
So about 6 months of your sessions. Say 15 days before I started with your videos, and then about say 2 months after that. So I'd say 8.5 to 9 months is good. I believe so. Don't push it. Don't push it, because if you don't score well, you'll get demoralized. So don't push it. But I would always say give yourself that particular 8 to 9 months frame. Do not try to give yourself a lot of time. Give yourself 8 to 9 months. Yeah.
And basically, when we finished in the month of January, how you were practicing yourself? You said you were practicing with a friend or maybe.
Yeah. I was practicing with a friend who stays in Belgium. He's actually, again, not a native friend. So for 1 month, he was helping me out because he also learned fluent French when he went to Belgium. So I was practicing with him, and after that, I practiced with a native French speaker because, as I mentioned before.
How did you meet the person? How did you?
Okay, on the internet through Facebook and through groups. So he conducts these small groups of only oral. So he would give us various topics on current affairs and on the news, on past events, on the French culture, on some social aspects like women empowerment or vegetarianism. So we wouldn't really prepare. So he would give us the topics then and there. And so in that way, at least we would learn. So what happens when it comes to oral? Your start and your end should be like introducing the topic, and in the middle you should throw at least three ideas. Yeah. And when you practice on various topics, you want, I can send you an email of what topics I practiced on. So you can get a brief idea on what, if for example, it's like your letters. Yeah. I took a printout of all your letters that you had shared with us. Yeah. So it's like in your letters, the start and the end is similar, and you just need to throw three relevant ideas in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is how I practice, and by practicing with him, I learned where I'm making mistakes. I learned what are my weak points. Like initially when I just joined, my weak point in speaking would be that I had the idea in my head. My head knew it. I was even thinking in French, but when it came out, I was extremely nervous because I'm not a native speaker.
Yes.
It's simple, right? It's similar to anyone speaking English. If they're not comfortable in speaking in English, they would always mess up, or they would choose not to speak it. Yes. They have everything in their mind. While writing, they're super. but while speaking, they fumble a bit because they're not confident.
Yes,
So
you're right.
he told me one thing: you need to be confident. You need to go into that room like you own the room. Yeah, you need to sit down in a way that you own it and you know the language. And when you're confident, the language just keeps coming out automatically. The flow of thought keeps going. You know.
So the person, the person whom you're talking about, the person made you prepare for exactly for TEF examination, or it was
No,
general?
no. You see, TEF examination has a lot of resources, but the resources are limited to 2 or 3 books of what has happened in the past, right?
Yes.
So he just prepared me for in contrast when it comes to DELF and DALF. You know, you have a lot of material. You have a lot of published material, right?
Yes.
Of previous exam papers
Absolutely.
and current. Yeah. So we would ideally learn it from the DELF and DALF,
Okay.
B2 and C1 levels.
Okay.
Yeah. So he would give us topics from there. Like, for example, there was one topic: should children under the age of 18, work? What do you think? Or what do you think about vegetarianism in the world? Or some topics like that, or working from home, sitting and working from home during COVID. So some topics like that, and you tend to learn and you tend to grasp the basic things, and you can speak very well during your exam.
Yes, and also in TEF examination, when we see the guidelines, they say that all the topics that you're going to get are going to be from your environment. What is going on around you? Maybe your environment, maybe your family, anything which is going on around you.
Yeah, so nothing was out of the ordinary.
Next question is this only: what type of questions you got in exam? Was it on the same pattern I taught you? I mean, the pattern, I'm not talking about the questions, the pattern was same, or yeah, can you throw some light upon this?
It's exactly, I'm sure it was exactly the same thing, Suchita. The flow, the levels, increasing levels of difficulties, from all the way from level A1 to level C2. So in expression of accretes, for example, the subjects were very interesting. Okay, so there was one where you had to write a letter. You always need to write a letter.
Yes.
And I remember you sent us a list of letters which are nicely printed out in this book. Over here, all your letters are printed out over here. So
I can recognize my handwriting. Yeah.
I suggest you write more of them and send it to your students because they really helped me. The whole flow from the start to the end. So I had to write a letter to the mayor of a French town to convince him to make the common transport, the public transports, free of charge.
All right.
And the benefits to what will happen. So you can, I had to write what are the benefits that would happen. So I threw in 3 points. I started off with and the main idea is your connectors. Your connectors have to be really well in place because it needs to flow. It needs to flow very well. Yeah.
It needs to be
and the
coherent,
second,
basically.
it needs to be coherent with the subject. You can't really digress. You can't talk about, suddenly you're talking about the public transport. You can't start talking about why your family needs it. You need to talk about the people in general. Yes. Why would they need public transport? Maybe it can give good business to the central market whose business is currently. And you can also hypothesize, means you can give some hypothesis, like maybe the central market is not doing well. Having the public transport free can probably increase the business of the central market, where people will take the free bus every day and go to the market. So some things like that.
All right.
So the second one is basically they give you a sentence and they ask you to complete it, right?
Yes.
So for me, I got like the sentence that I got was: a tired man was traveling in a train and he fell asleep. And after some stops, when he finally woke up, he was surprised to see and continue it. So you have to make your imagination run wild over there. The wilder, the better. Of course, it has to be decent, but the wilder, the better. Because when you run, like, make your imagination go wild, you can sit and add a lot of tenses, a lot of vocabulary.
Yes.
So this was in terms of expression accrete, these are the 2 questions I got. In terms of expression oral, the examiner was really nice. I was a little nervous when I entered because this was my second exam. I gave level 8-2 of DELF, and then this was my second competitive exam. But this was at a very high level, Suchita.
Yes.
But he put me at ease. So the first thing I got, he asked me for the regular introduction and what do I do, and tula tralala, all these things. Yeah. And then we play a role play. There's always a role play. So I was a vendor and I had to convince the examiner to subscribe to a particular newspaper. right?
Ah,
So
all
I was
right.
given a full subject of the newspaper. What is the newspaper about? And I had to convince him. So the thing is, he's always going to say no initially, right? He's
Yes,
saying
but
no.
they have
I don't have that kind of.
very good counterpoints. They have.
Exactly. And for me, it was tough because this was a written, this was a paper journal, a paper
Yes.
newspaper. I mean,
Okay.
it wasn't like an e-journal or something, you know. So
Ah,
he threw it to me, but nowadays, who reads paper newspaper, and, you know, who reads
yes.
print ads? Everything is on the internet. So it was really tough. But
Okay.
then you need to give 3, 4 convincing. He knows his stuff. He knows because he's contradicting you in everything. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you're a salesman.
Yes.
So, yeah, but then it's okay. Yeah. At the end, even if he's convinced or not, he really wants to see if you're using your verb tenses well. Okay.
Mhm.
And the second tip is the French love the subjunctive. You
Yes.
try to throw in this, you know, right? What I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah.
I usually say to my students, they say that how will they decide whether I'm at A2 level or B1 level or B2 level? I say use good connectors. Secondly, use subjunctive. Use it twice, thrice. Use it. Just examiner knows that you knows some high-fi French.
Yeah. That's exactly. Use cause and consequence. Use indirect speech. Use all these high level of grammar
Mhm.
and a bit of high level of expressions. And that's it, Situ. You're done. You
Yeah.
nailed the examiner. Yeah.
But
So and
I
for
always
yeah,
just
go ahead.
1 second. I would like to
Go
say
ahead. Go
something
ahead. Go
here.
ahead. Yes.
I always say, the people who have just begun, like A1, A2. I say them make simple sentences. What do they try to do is they try to make some fancy sentences in English. In English, it sounds something very easy. But now when it comes to French, they use Google Translate for this. And the
Oh,
sentences
that's
that
right.
they get,
Yeah.
they are very weird.
Yeah.
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 So,
That's true.
would you
Don't use
recommend?
Google Translate.
Yeah,
Don't use Google Translate.
yeah. So when you are at A1 level or A2 level, would you recommend using some fancy sentences, or would you recommend
No.
that use the simple ones initially?
No, see, the examiner, see, the very idea of giving a TEF exam is this could be a native language, like Moroccans give it,
Mhm.
you know, Senegalese give it. So it could be a native language, but at the end of the day, even in writing and in reading, it's your flow of thought, it's your connectors. Do not try and make it very fancy, because at the end
Yes,
of the day, especially for students like of an Indian audience of people who are learning, you know, we can't afford to make mistakes just reading each and every word. Yeah.
yes. Especially
Do
the
not
grammatical
make
mistakes.
exactly the grammatical mistake. Honestly, I believe they overlook spellings. I believe the grammar is where they catch you completely. That this
Yes,
guy is not very well versed with the grammar. He doesn't know you where to use the passive composé. He doesn't know where you use the imparfait. He
yes,
doesn't know in this sentence could have been written with a subjunctive. He's used it with indicative. You know, these kind of things. So you need not to make fancy sentences. You need to make sentences that you know.
yes. You're right. Yeah. How was your overall experience of different sections that you passed? Because nowadays they have started taking E-TEF. Earlier
Yeah.
it was just pen paper based. So how
Right.
is it different from pen paper
Okay.
based? Yeah.
So for me, when I gave it now in Dubai, of course the expression oral has to be a one-on-one.
It was
Expression
face to face. It
écrite,
wasn't computer
yeah,
based.
face to face. No, it has nothing to do with the computer.
Okay.
Expression, and the problem with expression oral when it's face to face, you're wearing a mask.
Yeah.
That's a protocol over here.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to speak extremely slowly and
Mm-hmm.
comprehensibly, because the opposite person cannot see your lips move. That's a problem.
Yes.
Your mask has to be up when you're speaking, and it has to be really clear because your voice is getting muffled with the mask. There was a time where the examiner actually had to tell me, "Excuse me, I couldn't really hear you," and he also made me at ease by saying that it might be because of the mask. It's nothing to do with the way you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be really slow. Don't try to hurry up, because if you hurry up, you're bound to make mistakes. You have to connect your brain with your mouth. You know, when
Absolutely. Right.
your brain is not thinking so fast in French like it's thinking in English, right? So be slow, talk comprehensibly. It's okay. I speak English slowly sometimes for the opposite person to hear. It's no problem. Your marks won't get cut. But if you fumble like do and you know, at that time your marks will be cut surely. Okay. And when it comes to expression comprehension écrite, I don't have many tips. Just follow your sessions, what you discussed in the last few days about the type of questions that can come in comprehensive accrete. Know your grammar. You can really skim. If it's a very long passage, you can really skim between the passage just by reading it quickly. Get the gist of the passage and answer the questions. I would always recommend read the question first and then read the passage.
Okay.
That's my recommendation. Right?
Okay.
If it's a long passage, but if it's a small poster like an invitation for a wedding or an invitation for a birthday, that kind of posters, it's okay to read the poster completely.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So yeah, come again.
Talking about E-TEF. So you said
Okay, so
conversation was face to face. That wasn't something on computer. Talking about other.
Now the conversation of face to face, the comprehension accrete, the listening. Was on the computer. We had to choose a multiple choice on the computer. The reading was on the computer. It comes on the computer, and yet in my time, the writing was supposed to be on the computer, but their systems were down. So they took for me a paper and pen, and I was so happy, Suchita. I was so happy because I do not like typing. Yeah, I was really glad. You know, they gave me a pencil and an eraser, and you have ample of time. You have like almost, I think, 60 minutes for few exercises, and it's a lot of time to write and recheck. Yeah. So honestly speaking, I was only scared about the typing part, which was completely covered. I think someone was smiling on me on that day. They said there's something wrong with our systems for writing. Just a pen and a paper.
Okay. So otherwise, it is computer based. You need to type.
Over here is computer based, but I've been hearing it's still not in all the countries are computer based yet. Yes. I don't know how is it in India. Over here is computer based.
No, even in India they have started taking E-TEF. So there was this confusion in the minds of students. How does it go about? And you need to be really good with typing accents and all these things.
Exactly. And they have what I had seen on, they have like a French kind of a keyboard in which you have these accents and all that.
You say that when you gave your examination, you had a French keyboard.
Yeah, I know. I didn't, as I mentioned, yeah, while selecting, I had a French keyboard, but I didn't need to type. I just needed to select with the mouse because I had a multiple choice questions for the two sections. No, but then the keyboard in front of me was French.
Yes,
I saw the accents and all that.
Yeah. Did you master your written practice or typing or both?
I tried doing typing as well, but I mostly used to write. But I figured out, so I had a French keyboard on the screen. So I used to always type on the screen because I figured out that if over there, because when I had spoken to them a few days before going for my examination, 6 or 7 days, at that time, that informed me that not sure whether your comprehension accrete is going to be a written or typing, that we still are working on our systems. So I had made myself type, and I knew that I have ample of time. Even if I have to type on a French keyboard, I can manage it because the time is given is a lot. You don't have to manage about finishing your paper and all that. You have a lot of time. You can finish way before time and check everything. Check your small spelling mistakes and things like that. Yeah.
Any particular thing to focus more upon while preparing for TEF preparation?
So are you asking me? Are you asking me in reference with beginners or everyone?
Everyone in general, and anything they should avoid doing.
Okay. Number one is, if they're joining your class, I would request them to be regular because you shouldn't miss the flow, because when you discuss things in the next class, sometimes it's related to the previous classes, and I would suggest make a printout of all your notes. For example, I made a printout of all your notes in this small book over here. Impressive. These two books I did, there are 2 books, and have all our dialogues also that I made with all the other participants. I made a printout of all of them. You want, I can share with you these. It's all in a PDF document. So, actually used to, because it covers everything. It's basically your crash course covered practically everything. The second book, like where you taught us pronoun relative, you taught us indirect speech, you taught us the subjunctive, you taught us so many elevated things. I used to pay more attention to them because I'd already mastered the basic levels. Yeah. So secondly, I would say do your homework, because the homework is given for a reason. Yeah. You don't throw homework just because you want to make our life tough. You throw homework at us, you give us, I'm sorry for using the word throw, but you give us homework because you want us to learn, you want us to practice what we've done, because it's very easy to forget. Since we are not talking on a daily basis, it's easy to forget. Do your homework, do your dialogues, practice speaking, and give a lot of time on grammar. French grammar is not like English grammar. Give a lot of time on grammar. I would recommend that. Master your grammar, because that will really help you in writing.
How did you know that now you're ready for your exam? You should register now, you're ready for your exam.
See, I had given my time. I had registered actually in January for March.
And when you told me this thing, I was shocked that you have just now finished.
I was shocked. I was shocked too.
And you have registered for the exam. Yeah.
You know, you have to give yourself time, because, you know, once you pay for something, you're committed to it, and it's not cheap. It's expensive to give a TEF exam, you know.
Yeah. How much is it in Dubai?
It's 1,400 dirhams. That's about 28,000 rupees.
Okay.
How much is it in India?
It's there somewhere around. So basically, there are 5 papers all in all. Because for Canadian immigration, you do not need to pass this exam, which is glossary and structure. You do not need to give your lexique et structure. So therefore, for 4 exams, generally it is 5,000 rupees per exam. So generally 20,000. Yeah.
Similar. Where expenses are a bit more, so it is about 1,400 dirhams.
Yeah.
You asked me. You asked me something. I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
So my question was, how did you get to know that now you're ready for your exam?
Okay. So in the last few days, as I mentioned, I used to practice the French native speaker. So, and we would speak about a lot of topics. So at the end of a session, he told me he will take my session until I'm ready. The last session was 10 days before the exam. So he told me, okay, now you're ready. I believe you should be able to score between a B2 or a C1. Okay. And also I remember when we entered the session, he sent me an email saying that I believe you're almost ready for the TEF. So just go ahead and give it. Okay. And also in the last few days, whenever I used to read anything, I used to understand 98% of the words. Like I used to download books on my Kindle. I used to understand 98% of the words, grammar, everything. Yeah. And for the remaining that I didn't understand, I used to always note it down. I used to watch French movies. I used to listen, and I used to understand most of it, 95 to 96% of it. I would read French articles. I would understand it all. So that's when I realized that, okay, now Rajiv, you're ready to give it. Just do it. There's no harm. If you don't do well, you can always give it again.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was when I realized. Yeah. Of course. Merci bien.
No, mais c'est moi qui te remercie. C'est moi qui te remercie. Because, you know, I always say, when students say that it's your hard work, I say that I work hard equally with each student. But it depends more upon a student. How do you take my words? How do you actually practice it? How do you do your homework? Because I flood you with the homework. I know that. But something
and now I know why you flood us with homework. It was very relevant homework. I remember when we used to practice a homework. It was extremely relative. But you know, Suchita, I'm sorry, I'm taking a lot of your time, but I have so much to share because I'm so interested, because I really loved your classes, and I really want a lot of people to share my adoration of your particular course and the way you taught us with all your personal things when you had a newborn. I would like to tell one thing, you know, give up your fear of speaking French. Abandonnez votre peur de parler français right now, because, you know, it's, you know, when it comes to French, it's only by speaking that one becomes a good French speaker. So to answer, how can I become a good speaker at French? Get rid of your fear. French is simple. Speak French more often. So when you speak French, you know, so many things happen. Yeah, you use what you learned. So, for example, now I've learned something in the class and I speak about it tomorrow. I use what I learned yesterday. I'm sorry. You need to stop translating everything from English to French. You know, because translating is a great way to learn French. Beyond doubt, it helps your knowledge. You know, but it can be dangerous because translating trains your brain to realize on tools, and it prevents you from thinking in French.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
How the words are connected to each other, all these things. Like, for example, water is known as arroser.
Arroser, yeah, to water a plant. Yes.
Now, the word which is connected to that is arrosoir. So all the words, they are connected to each other. You should know just this is arroser, this is arrosoir. But the word is
soutenir, soutien.
Voila. You know? Yes.
Pouvoir, and you know the word pouvoir. Yeah, it's all connected. That's what. Now, French. If you really believe, I have a Russian friend who's learning English as well as French. Now he tells me it's easier for me to learn French because in the present indicative in English, you say I am, I go, I am going. You know, you have different ways of saying the present, but over here is this je vais. One thing.
You don't have present continuous. You do not have present perfect continuous. You do not have present perfect. Nothing like that.
Exactement. I would suggest one website. It's called it's a YouTube video. It's called I think it's Les Actualités en Français. It's the channel that's called France 24
Yes.
sur 24. It's on YouTube. I'll send you the link on the chat right now, so you can recommend your students to watch the news in French. You speak it very slow and it's very comprehensible.
Thank you so much, Rajiv, for being here
D'accord.
and enlightening us with all your
No,
knowledge.
no, 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 no. It's all good. Yeah. Thanks a lot for this meeting, for
Take care.
organizing this meeting.
So, in case you're planning to prepare for your TEF or TCF examination for Canadian immigration, you would be seeing a contact number on your screen. You can WhatsApp us on the same number, or else in the description box, you will find a link. On that link, if you click, you will find all the details of our upcoming batch. And I'll see you very soon with the next video. Till then, au revoir, à bientôt et bisous bisous.